Good morning. It's negative 17 out here today, and so far I've gotten one thing running. Well, to be honest with you guys, it was negative 17 when I woke up this morning, and now it's negative 13, and pretty warm out. Doesn't look that cold, but it is. Anyways, I want to do something a little bit different today. How many of you can say that you need a 500i? Let me know in the comments. Do you need a 500i? Do you need to spend $1,600, $1,800 on one of these? Probably not. But how many of you think that's a little more practical for yourself? A Shindawa 492, Husky 550, Echo 4910. Price-wise, definitely more practical for a lot of us. Power-wise, probably more practical for a lot of us. I mean, unless you're a logger. If you're a logger, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, go buy a 492 and go logging with it. That's not going to work out that way. But I have no idea what these cost brand new. If I had to guess, so it's probably around $400-ish. Sure, someone in the comments can tell me. And to be honest with you guys, I have never ran a Shindawa until the last day I worked here last week when Bodie let me take this. Which, by the way, if you guys missed that video, Bodie's porting my newest 500i right now, and he's wanting me to test some saws out on his channel, or on his, how about my channel? He wants me to test saws out on my channel, and Bodie has a channel, Empire Workshop, but I think the main reason why Bodie wants me to run his saws is because he doesn't run them enough to break them in, and he wants me to break them in. But anyways, that's not the real reason why Bodie wants me to try his saws out. He knows I'm just as much of a saw fanatic as he is. And this is a practical saw for a lot of people. A Stihl 500i, a Stihl 462, Husky 572. Those aren't practical saws for a lot of people. I mean, some people do a lot of firewood and can use something that big. But for the majority, I feel like the price point is a plus, being around $400, I'm guessing, and the size is a plus. It's a real light saw, smaller saw, compact saw, and this one packs a ton of power for what it is. So I feel like this is a fun test. Charlie Briscoe poured this 492 for him. So I'm going to be giving her the Ugga today and a whole bunch of trees. And we're going to be testing out a 50cc saw and what a logger thinks about it. I cut down a handful of trees with it there last week. Chain wasn't really what I liked. I don't like the semi-chisel chain. And I forgot to get one this morning. I was at the saw shop, a full chisel. So I sharpened the semi-chisel the way I like. And we're going to try it out. I didn't really think that the tree cutting part here was that cool, but I thought the clouds going across the sky and the smoke coming out the chimney, I thought that was really cool watching that. Well, I've cut down about 10 trees so far with that 492. And my initial thoughts on it are, I made the chain a little too aggressive. Story of my life. But it's one of those things where figure out how the saw likes the chain. And I was kind of hoping it would bore cut, but I ain't gonna do that. So we're sticking a back cutting today. But other than my mistake, seems to be performing pretty good. And I can definitely tell you guys one thing, that saw there will outperform my 562 all day long, which I don't have that right now, so I can't test and compare them, but just I can tell by the way it cuts that it's a lot faster than a 562. And so far my initial thoughts are the saw's got to be around $400 if I'm correct on that. For a 50cc saw, around $400. And if you send it out to get it ported somewhere for another $350 to $400, depending on who you go to, maybe more, that saw you'll have as much money into as a 562, and it'll cut faster, and it's lighter, and you don't have to deal with auto tune. You guys know my headaches with auto tune, so it's just non-stop. Simple, just a chainsaw with a carburetor, and the thing runs phenomenal. It's amazing, really. So around the same price range as the 562, you can have a saw that's lighter and more powerful for cheaper. I don't know how Shindawas are on longevity, but I do know a guy. He has a Shindawa from like the 90s, and he still uses that dang thing. He just beats the living crap out of it, to be honest with you. So I can't say that they make a bad saw. Never had any experience with them though, so I'm just telling you guys what I'm learning right now and what I've seen from one other person. I don't know of many people that have much runtime on them. Kind of seems like an Echo to me, to be honest with you. Are they like an Echo? Or Echo the same? It's really bright out, but this video would be nothing if we didn't at least compare that chainsaw to something that's somewhat comparable to it. So, got Tiny's 585 out here. It's pretty close to the same power as that 492. That's how it runs anyways. I know, it's not a fair test for the 585, but we gotta try it and see. I mean, who knows, it might beat that 492. Unbelievable. Put this 585 back where it belongs. I'm only joking. Don't get all rage on me. Here's the real test. That's today's lunch. Pretty quiet here today. Alright, I just walked all the way from the shack up there down here with all this heavy stuff. And now I'm gonna see how much I can do on one tank of fuel with that saw with these redwood sized trees, especially those ones. We still have one tree left in this bunch here. I haven't filled it up yet. And I've cut down, I'm not going to count those are kind of smaller for redwoods, but so far 7 trees. Well, this will be the 7th one. Oh, we're still going strong on the tank of fuel. We got this one to do, but before that, we gotta cut this one here. And I'll probably cut these couple here too. Cause I kinda wanna tip it down in there. Well, I just looked inside the tank. It's hard to really see how much is in there because my gas is red and the tank is red, so everything kind of blends together. But so far, I think I've cutting 11, 12 trees down, and we're gonna see if we have enough to get this one down. On. tank of fuel. That's full. Well, that's it for me today. You guys see the chainsaw? My opinion on a 50cc chainsaw that's been ported for logging, it's too small. It would be good for like timber stand improvement stuff when you're cutting, you know, anything smaller than 14, 15 inches. I mean, it didn't do bad, don't get me wrong, but you can definitely tell it has its limitations too. Is it impressive? Heck yeah, it's impressive for how light it is, how compact it is. But for longevity wise, if you were to think you're gonna get a 50cc saw, port it and go logging with it, you're not. It's not gonna hold up for you. Doesn't have my favorite chain on it. It's got the half chisel chain, and for hardwood, it's okay for back cutting and cutting firewood. But if you want to do any type of bar cutting, forget it. I was gonna get a full chisel this morning and I completely forgot, so that's my fault. But I mean, overall, it's a fun saw to run, but not. It's not for my line of work. It's for firewood cutters, those who go out in the woods, you know, and cut a couple trees here and there for their firewood. It's not for production logging or everyday logging like what I do. I'd have a really tough time between picking like an Echo 4910 or this 492 Shindawa and another Husqvarna 562. You get a lighter saw, less money, you can get it ported and still have less money into them than a 562. And that right there will beat a stock 562 all day long. And you know, it's kind of nice having a saw where you can just dig the dogs in and let it eat. No, not that one. This one, no. This one does. It's nice having that power for my line of work when you need it, which is 90% of the time, especially when you're felling trees. It takes a whole new power level dropping trees compared to cutting firewood or cookies. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a different video. It's not too often you see me run around the woods with a 50cc saw hacking trees down, but it's first for everything. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.